What's up? I'm Shane from Silverstein, and you're watching morecore.tv, track by track of A Beautiful Place to Drown. We've got a record called A Beautiful Place to Drown coming out March 6th. These right here, they've prepared for me, the songs, and I'm going to talk about each one of them as best as I can. Track 1 is called Bad Habits, What a Banger, featuring intervals with the super shreddy flamage on the solo. Just a real great, I think, opening track to the record. Kind of talking about something we all can relate to, which is bad habits and not wanting to do things you're supposed to do and wanting to do things that you're not supposed to do. But putting this song together was really fun. Just like I said, it's a banging track. The parts kind of all just seamlessly go together, and it takes you for a ride. And that's kind of why we decided to put it for track 1, just because it's an exciting song. On to track 2, Burn It Down, featuring everyone's favorite, Caleb Shomo of Beartooth. This song actually was written not along with the whole record. We wrote it last year, and originally Paul Mark wrote the music, and he didn't have a bridge to it, and we weren't really sure what to do. So we decided maybe we could do something kind of heavy, incorporate, something a little more on that side of it, because the rest of the song was sort of poppy. And so we wrote the music, and we were thinking to each other, like, who could we get on this, like, that could really maybe push it right over the top? So Caleb came to mind. He's a good friend of ours. Silvertooth lives. And we asked him. We sent him the song. And like 30 minutes later, we got it back exactly as you hear it. It was incredible. I literally, like, when he sent it, I got it back on my phone like this, and I got it and I listened to it, and I was just like, that was my reaction. I was like, wow. Like, I threw my phone. I was like, incredible. So yeah, so that's track 2, Burn It Down. On to track 3, Where Are You? And one of my favorites on the record, bit of a sleeper track, I think. I think this is going to be a fan favorite. It's got a really cool kind of genty, like low, really like groovy riff in the chorus, which is something we haven't really done before. And it's just, lyrically, it's just that kind of song that's, I think, really relatable too, when, you have these strong feelings for somebody, and then you're alone at night and you're like, where are they? Are they with someone else? Like, I wish they were here because they're not here. So it's kind of a classic song, classic story, and it's another certified banger. On to track 4, Infinite, the first single on the record, featuring Aaron Gillespie, good pal of Under Oath and The Almost. And this song, I think, is probably a pretty big departure for us, especially when you hear the beginning of the song. It almost sounds like it could be like a reggaeton song or like completely different genre than we play. Of course, once I start singing, it sounds like Silverstein, which inevitably happens. But it's cool. It's got really like good groove, like a nice slow kind of groove. We started playing the song live, and everyone's just banging their heads like this. And yeah, it really stretched my vocals out too. It's a challenging song to record in the studio, which I'm always into. And Aaron absolutely crushed the second verse too. And we just thought it was going to be a perfect compliment in the song for his voice to be a part of it. So that's track 4, Infinite. Moving on to track 5, Shapeshift, another sleeper pick. And the song, I think, once we had them all, the demos worked out, I thought that this song was going to be like absolutely my favorite, and it might still be. It's just a really cool vibe to it. I love the rhythm in the chorus. It's a really different approach to a melody. And lyrically, it's about politics and about how so many people in power, you really wonder if they actually believe what they're saying, or if they're just trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. And it's funny because even when you know they're lying, you know, especially some of the leaders out there in the world right now, you kind of just know they're going to get away with it. And the line, you know, I never stood a chance here, did I, is exactly talking about that and how, you know, how often it's like, well, it's not going to matter what I do or what I think, because at the end of the day, we're all fucked. Moving on to track 6, All on Me. A bit of a freaky song, written completely on keyboards and has a saxophone solo in it. So yeah, a little bit different for us. We hadn't done that before. And, you know, I think it was important for us to try out some different things, some different textures with sounds. And I think this is a great way to finish off side 1 of the album. And really just a kind of a heartbreaking story song that we in the band all definitely relate to, being so often, you know, having to deal with relationships and marriages and everything else, you know, being away all the time. So it's a bit heartbreaking, but at the same time, once that saxophone kicks in, oh, it's so sexy. So yes, I want to thank Saxel Rose for playing saxophone on that. Yes, that's his real name, Saxel Rose. Look him up. He's fantastic. All right, well, now you take the record and you flip it over and you put it on and you put the needle on. And now here is side 2 or side B, whichever you'd like to call it. I tend not to call it side B because then people think it's like a B-side. It's bad terminology. But anyway, side 2. Here we go. Track 1 on side 2. Track 7, if you're listening to the old school CD. Madness, featuring Princess Nokia. Really cool feature. Really cool song, actually. One of the first we wrote for the album. And with Princess Nokia, she's a huge fan of our band, actually. She came out to our show in New York City. We became friends. And we thought, what better person to have on this than her, especially with the vibe of the song, you know, it being, again, about one of those relationships that is just crazy. So yeah, so we got her to spit that verse, and she just absolutely killed it. And this is a really cool chorus too, a really strong chorus, really catchy. I think people are going to be really excited about this one too when it comes out. I got to look at the paper every time just to make sure. I've been wrong before. Track 8, Say Yes! Exclamation mark. This is a poppy jam, a lot of fun. And Bill's favorite. We really enjoyed it. I think it's a song that really is going to get people, you know, tapping their toes, dancing a little bit at the shows. And it's kind of just a classic love song, you know. And I'm a huge fan of it. And that is track 8. Yes. Track 9, moving on to Stop. And definitely a classic Silverstein sort of song. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this one too. I don't know if I have too much to say about it. It's really good. It's a really good song. I like the ma-na-na-na-na. I like that melody a lot. And I think it's a track our old school fans are going to really bop to. Okay, number 10, September 14th. That's a day of the year. And the significance comes from, in 1969 in America, they had the Vietnam draft lottery, where they had to get a bunch of citizens to go into war and draft people, which is really crazy. So they took this big bowl and they took all these dates, 366, one for every day of the year, including leap year day, and they put them in these capsules and they put them in a bowl and they stirred up the bowl and they picked it out, and whatever birthday got drawn, those were the people that had to go to war. A lot of people don't know this happened. And the first date drawn was September 14th. So that's what the song's about. Just thinking about going through that and how crazy that would be to have your whole life uprooted in a matter of seconds just because they said your name live on TV, or said your birthday, I mean, live on TV. It's pretty crazy. So September 14th. And this is a fast one, a bit of a punk rock vibe. I'm a big fan of this song too. Moving on, track 11, Coming Down. Another kind of Silverstein classic, especially the bridge. I love the bridge in this so much. Really catchy, and I think something our fans are really going to love. And this song is all about, you know, the imagery is really strong, I feel, in this song, too, of kind of standing on top of a building, and everything's about falling, and everything's about going down. And, you know, sometimes you reach this height, and you never want to come down. And that is track 11, Coming Down. Track 12, Take What You Give, featuring Pierre Bouvier of Simple Plan, a band and a guy very near and dear to my heart. In fact, we toured together over here in Europe for the first time back in 2006, became great friends, and it was an honor to have him on this track, and he is so perfect for this song, absolutely kills it in the bridge, came up with an awesome part, and he was so excited to do it. You know, I literally texted him, was like, hey, we got the song. He's like, send it to me, and then we did a Skype call, and he's in his house working out the parts, so it was a lot of fun working on this with him. And, you know, I think this is a great closing track. You know, I think it's a real message of just no matter what you do in your life, no matter how good of a person you are, no matter how many bad habits you avoid, see what I did there? You always do run into things that are out of your control. And people will give you what they give you. And even though you can be the most giving person ever and you can have all, you know, the karma, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come back to you in spades, and that's just something that you have to accept in this life. So there you have it, all 12 tracks of A Beautiful Place to Drown, out on March 6th. You can listen to it anywhere that streaming exists. You can buy a CD, a vinyl. There's even cassettes. So whatever, pick your poison. It's good. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the record. Let me know what you think. Find me at Shane Told on all the social media. Let me know what you think. Peace and love.